My name is Coach Jacob Capizzuto. I'm the head trainer at Cab Training, and I'm going to walk you guys through my own acceleration workout. So I'm going to do a couple different acceleration drills, as well as show you guys my full acceleration workout to help me with my first 10 to 20 yards of my sprint. I'll be walking through sets, reps, rest times, so you guys can do this on your own. It doesn't require a lot of equipment. I will give you guys alternatives if you don't have the equipment that I'm using in this video, so you guys can do this on your own. Looking forward to hearing what you think about this workout. Make sure you guys hit me up in the comments below if you have any questions about mechanics or anything like that. Let's get better today. I like to stay light and bouncy with my dynamic warm-up, so typically I do pogos, some stretches, just a couple stretches for each muscle in our lower body and our upper body so we can be ready. First thing I'm going to start out with is pogo hops. So with pogo hops, we're going to be here with the hands on the hips, and we're just bouncing off the ball of our foot. Then from there, we're going high knees. With high knees, I'm just trying to get in the flow. I just started the workout, so I'm not going to go crazy yet. But we're just trying to get these legs moving, working the patterns. All right, so I'm going to talk a lot about patterns when it comes to acceleration today. The pattern is really just our pattern of movement when it comes to the way our leg goes up and the way our leg strikes down. So we're really working that pattern today. Then from there, I'm going to be stretching out the hip flexors just with a knee pull. I like to make sure I have a sense of urgency when I do this dynamic warm-up, because if I'm kind of going slow with it, my heart rate kind of stays low and it starts getting more static of a stretching, and static stretching is really not conducive for an athlete. So usually, especially when I do my groin stretches, I make sure I just get a quick stretch and I keep myself moving. Everything's done with a little bit more bounce. And I'm not anywhere near in the best shape possible, but it's a constant pursuit. I've faced injuries over the past year, trying to work through my knees. Knees are already banged up. But my ultimate goal is to really sprint at a very high level. So that's why I keep doing this. Now we go into A skip. Again, we're working that pattern. So when it comes to acceleration, our patterns are extremely important, like I was telling you, because a lot of athletes, I see them run and they have this cyclical motion when they run, especially in that first 10 yards. And what that does is it slows down our stride. It causes unnecessary kickback. And it's almost like a fake forward lean when we do that. Because when we have a good forward lean and we're putting force in the right direction, we're not cycling as much and we're not reaching as much with our foot. We're slamming that foot down and we're driving the thigh up and then back down. And so with the A skip, I'm trying to work that pattern of up and then back down rather than the cycle. Okay, we're trying to build momentum, not cycle through. So we're here, snap, 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 snap. Again, there's a difference between placing your foot on the ground and driving your foot through the ground, right? And what we want to do, especially when we're training acceleration, is we want to work on driving our foot through the ground, pushing the ground backwards. Now to finish up the warm-up, we're just going to do some sprints. First one's just going to be a 75% sprint. We're working the 2-foot push. So when we're taking off the line, I think of 3 different things. First off, we want to have a weight on both feet. We're going to push off of both feet. So our 2-foot push is the first thing. Second thing is a flat back. Okay, we don't want our back rounded like this. We obviously want to just have a flat back. And then what we want to also do is we want to make sure we punch this knee straight through. Okay, everybody thinks about punching their knee straight up. your knee's gonna naturally go up because of the force that you're producing. But what we already really wanna do is we wanna reduce this kick. And if we try to drive our knee up, this heel kicks back. So what we wanna do when we take off the line is we drive the knee forward and up and drive the foot straight through. Okay, keeping that foot as low to the ground as possible when we take off the line. So we're here, 2 foot push, taking off. And that's just a 75. Okay, 75 just to get our muscles going, just to get us used to running. And we'll go about 85, then we'll get some water. Drills today are again focused on the patterns. So now that we're pretty much warmed up, legs are firing good, we're producing a lot of force, we're gonna be focusing on, again, our angles and our patterns. So with acceleration, our angles are extremely important. And so I'm gonna walk you through what I mean by that. And so when we're driving out, we don't want our shin to be perpendicular to the ground, so that means straight up. We don't want to be straight up like this. So imagine if I take off the line and I'm just like this, I'm not really creating a lot of momentum. I'm not pushing the ground backward like I'm supposed to. And so to create leverage and to create that momentum, we have to have a good angle. So our torso needs to be at a good 45-degree angle about. Our shin has to be at a good angle to drive into the ground and push the ground backwards. And so what we're gonna work on is we're gonna work on a kneeling start. So the kneeling start looks just like this. We're gonna make sure our knee is on the ground. We're gonna make sure our front leg, first off, we wanna make sure that our heel is even with our knee right here. So left heel even with the right knee. Then our shin of that leg that's forward is gonna be at a good sharp 45. Then I'm here with my torso, trying to match that angle. So my torso is trying to match the angle of this front shin, okay? Especially if you take a video of your sprint and you look at yourself run, you wanna make sure that those angles are pretty much similar as you go through. All right, so all we're gonna do is we're gonna take off from this position. So you have that opposite arm up. I always like to have this arm right by my jaw. The other arm is about 6 inches behind my butt. Then we drive out. Again, that's not perfect technique. I'm still struggling. My right knee has arthritis. I'm not making excuses, but what we want to do is we want to make sure that chest doesn't fall forward. And I think you guys might have seen my chest fall forward a little bit on that one, just simply because I can't push through my knee like I should. I'm working on it, but again, we're trying to keep that back flat. We're gonna go opposite side now. So right knee's forward, left knee's on the ground, even with our right heel. Chest is over that knee. Good shin angle, good torso angle. Hand by the left jaw, right hand 6 inches behind our hip. Set, go. Driving out. I'd recommend 2 reps on each knee, 30 seconds or so rest in between each one. From there, we're gonna do switches. All right, with switches, we're trying to teach our body to violently switch our thighs. Okay, a lot of athletes have that quick twitch, but here we're training that quick twitch. So what we're doing is we're gonna start out with one leg up, and all we're gonna do is randomly switch as we're bouncing forward. So I'm gonna start off bouncing on my right leg with my left leg up. I'm gonna bounce forward maybe 3 or 4 hops, and then I violently switch my legs. So it's gonna look like this. So just like that, we're really looking for a violent switch of our thighs. We're keeping our body upright this time, but we're training that exchange between our legs. What I love about this is learning how to extend through your hamstring, your knee, your ankle, getting that triple extension through your hip, knees, and ankles, so you can put the most amount of force into the ground. So like if you collapse at the hip or collapse at the knee, that means you're not getting as much force production as you want. And so with switches, that's what we're trying to achieve too. So I'll do it one more time for you guys. We're here. again, with those, 2 sets of 10 yards is probably enough. Make sure you get enough reps. Make sure you get even reps on each side. Rest about 45 seconds in between each rep, and we'll go on to the next thing. Now we've got rapid fire high knees. I love doing these because this is testing our muscles to move faster, testing our legs to move faster. All we're gonna do is go 5 yards. So I'm gonna move this cone real quick. And so with a rapid high knee, we're just right here, as we can. And again, I could go a little bit faster than that, but the focus is how quick can we trigger those legs, right? We want to be aggressive about our drive here. So we're here. Make sure you get full range of motion and get your thighs all the way up to your waist level. If we do our warm up, we do a couple drills, and then we go into our resisted sprints, we're basically almost done. And if you knock this out, it'll only take 20 to 30 minutes to actually do this acceleration workout. Then you guys can focus on specific skills for your position, strength. But again, acceleration, this should be the beginning of a workout. So if you do speed plus strength, this is the start, and then you go into the weight room and then you lift. And so our last part of our acceleration workout is resisted sprints. My absolute favorite thing, especially to add horsepower to your sprinting, your first couple steps, your first 10 yards. I like to use the Skills Speed Stack, which I'll be showing you guys in a second here. We're gonna be doing 6 10-yard sled sprints. Again, the focus here is just making sure that the resistance doesn't change the way that you run. I've seen so many guys be able, like with the resistance, they change the way they run. They act like they're hiking up a mountain. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that the resistance doesn't change that. You want to make sure that those legs are pumping just like you normally do. You get that good forward lean like you should, and you try to get from point A to point B as fast as possible. Okay? Don't go high knees in place, cover ground, have your angles right, get those patterns right that we rehearsed with the drills before the resisted sprints, and just get after it. This is a high effort exercise. Gonna do it for this video, guys. If you guys got a lot out of this, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to Cab Training if you haven't already. Again, the big thing that I want to show you guys with this video is how simple speed can be. You don't have to go out to the field and train for 2 hours to improve your speed. If you take 20 to 30 minutes, you can improve your speed very, very quickly. Hope you guys enjoyed, and let's get better today.